was thinking back to the sort of to be continued question we had a couple weeks back, not last week before, when Larry was in filling in for Rob. We had that question about personal property, because I know that as someone who's thinking about cars and stuff like that and sort of getting things sort of in a way passed down to me. But I know that when we talked about it, you said something about you got to change the will every time, and it's kind of frustrating. Like, where are we on that? Can we sort of circle back to that a couple weeks ago? Sort of touch on it.
Charlie, you're becoming a natural at this, buddy.
I'm trying.
You're doing. I'd like to get some applause for Charlie right now.
Yeah,
we could do
Charlie.
Yeah. Charlie has come a long way. I love watching the growth, and it's a great question, and we totally continued it for those who remember. Larry asked a question. I said, Larry, you're going to have to come to the Tuesday conversation with Ben and I, where we host a conversation about estate planning really informally. But that question was what he was asking, and I'll happily answer that right now for you, Charlie.
Lovely.
Again, Larry, shout out. Thank you, brother. Here it is. Back in the old days, you would have to list everything out in the will, right? So mom's diamond ring, the sterling silver soup spoon, and if you wanted to change it, you would have to go through the formalities of a will. So there are formalities with a will. Unfortunately, you can't simply write a will out and have it be a legally binding document without certain formalities. And that's typically why attorneys are useful in that process.
You can't just write out a document and leave it in a drawer.
No, not that would be legally binding. Right. It would be helpful. Letters of instruction is what that would be called, an informal, non-legally binding document, kind of saying, hey, this is what my wishes are.
Yeah.
But if there's challenges to it, it's not going to work. You need the formalities of a will or a trust. However, recently, seeing that it's cost effective for the consumer, it's not necessary to make those formal changes when it comes to personal property. So you can have what's called a personal property memorandum. As long as it's referenced in the will, whatever you have and whatever you choose to give, my 1978 entire season of the Topps Major League Baseball card set, that's going to go to Rob. That's going to go to Rob.
What do I get?
I'm going to get
This is exactly why we do this.
And something good could be in there.
You're going to get the set of Hummels, Charlie.
Okay, I'll take it.
Do you know what Hummels are?
Vaguely.
Yeah,
maybe.
You got them. They're yours, pal. Okay?
Lovely.
Cases.
All I have to do is write these out in a memo, and if I decide Charlie was mean to me on the radio, I can cross it out, and then I can change it as long as the new date is listed. We don't have to call the lawyer and pay money to have that done. So that's what's called a personal property memorandum. And we talk about this and many other similar questions at our Tuesday conversation with Ben. Ben's our estate planner. He's the Sherpa for success. And I engage him with conversation, and I get the conversation going and ask questions such as these, which are found on our YouTube channel. Thanks to Michaela and Thomas doing a great job editing and putting them out for later consumption. These frequently asked questions are what we're talking about in that informal room with Ben every Tuesday. So first 6 callers. Call into the office. Call into the office, reserve a space. Michaela is also putting out on wonderful social media. So if you're on Facebook, Instagram, follow our Stiles Law, and that information is there. You can link right in. It's an Eventbrite ticket. It's really easy with reminders and all of that fun stuff. And we're having a wonderful time conversing with people on a no-commitment basis.
Can I go on Threads, too, now? Do I have to?
You know, it's interesting.
I feel like I have to get it now.
Don't.
No,
I don't think I'm gonna.
You didn't go to the metaverse, and that that didn't hurt you.
I don't know. I feel like I have Facebook and I have Twitter. Isn't that fine? I mean, why? How can we really manage these? Do you guys? I mean, I need an AI to take over.
That would be helpful, right? You can then dial in your focus of what you want to
program a virtual Rob Hackler to do all this for you.
Yeah.
It's like I don't feel like coming to work.
Doesn't it feel like there's too many?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
yes,
there are a
without
lot of
hesitation.
But
yes.
I'm getting old now. What about you?
I just don't like it. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. I use them, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not
think
super
about
interactive with
Threads.
As that brain's developing, Rob, again, tune into the Dr. Joe Show. As that brain is developing and there's all this information, it's coming at us too fast. The tech is evolving much faster than the human brain, and it's that's what we talked about with Kim Barassa, is that these younger kids are having this access to so much stimulus, and then when you pull that stimuli away, it becomes a problem.
Let's see. We have our good friend attorney Mark Green checking in. Tell Mark he is a credit to our profession. Big shout out from attorney Mark Green to the other Mark Stiles. So
a lot of Marks on Feel Good Friday.
Marco's a good man.
Yeah, thanks for the text on that. This is a story too. I'll just read to you guys. Aretha Franklin's sons head to court over her will. Listen to this. It's been 5 years since Aretha Franklin's death, right? Aretha Franklin, everybody knows her. Her sons are still arguing over her estate. A trial to determine her final wishes begins next week. There are 2 handwritten wills. One of them was found in couch cushions.
Oh, boy.
That doesn't sound like it's going to go well.
No.
Yeah, not particularly.
She had 4 sons. One of the wills says the older 2 as co-executors. It states the younger 2 must take business classes to benefit from the estate.
That's interesting. So that brings up a really interesting topic about what you can do with trust planning.
Yeah.
You can really paint certain pictures of what you want to see happen in the future, and that may be what Aretha was saying, is they are mismanaging their money. They're not, they're not good with money. However, if they do this, or maybe they're not good with commitment, or they're not, they want them to accomplish a certain goal.
Yeah.
You can write that into a trust. There is no boilerplate trust. That's the beauty of trust planning.
Yeah, no, I suppose it's like I forget where it came. I think it might have come at dinner last night or something like that. We were talking about how the value of homes has sort of just shot up recently, and so a house you got back in the 60s for 50 grand could be like worth $2 million now, and so you don't want to like pass that down or leave it in a will to a child or a grandchild or anything, because they just have to pay unbelievable, what is it, capital gains taxes?
Yes, so they would have to sell the farm, as they say. That's the estate tax dilemma, which with proper trust planning you can strategize to the maximum benefit through the trust plans and avoiding certain taxes. But you are absolutely right, Charlie.
Yeah, man, good topics to talk on Tuesday night.
It's a real conversation to be had. Charlie, making things happen. Love it.
Attorney Mark Stiles, Stiles Law on Route 139 in Marshfield. And sure, you could catch up and talk the law if you run into him at Levitate, but probably better to do it in a more setting like the office. Mark, how do they get in touch with you?
Best way is by phone, 781-319-1900. Again, 781-319-1900. And if you're interested in a Tuesday conversation, ask the concierge, how do I do that? And again, social media, Facebook and Instagram will be showing you all of that, and you can stay updated with our Charity 365 initiatives.
Feel Good Friday. We do it every Friday at this time on WATD. Mark Stiles, Stiles Law, Route 139, Marshfield, stiles-law.com, and we will talk next week.
We will. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Mark. Take care.